When Hurricane Katrina devastated the Gulf Coast region in 2005, volunteers from across the nation rushed in to provide relief. Thousands of Kentucky volunteers provided disaster relief for months after the storm. Yet today, the area is still recovering from the worst natural disaster of its kind in the United States. While the downtown and tourist areas of New Orleans are in operation, many residential areas desperately need restoration. Hurricane Katrina displaced more than 200,000 people, and hundreds of New Orleans homes remain empty. In fact, the pre-Katrina population of the city may not be equaled until 2080. The Kentucky Baptist Convention continues to aid the recovery by participating in Operation Noah Rebuild, a Southern Baptist volunteer project committed to the rehabilitation of more than 1,000 homes and 20 churches in the New Orleans area.
I know that different folks from Kentucky will want to come and want to share the love of Christ with these people. We'll do it in a different way, in a lot of different ways. You may do it by putting on a roof. You may do it by prayer walking. You may do it by assisting with food preparation in the volunteer village. There's a lot of ways to share the love of Christ. And so I would just say be prayerful for the people in New Orleans. Our goal and our prayer is that New Orleans will never return to the normal that they knew before the storm. That this will be a city that the oppression of satanic forces and the evil and the occult that existed here before the storm, that God will use His people to move in a mighty way to create a city that we can say New Orleans is a different city now because of the love of Christ that was shared through the ministry of folks from Kentucky and from all over the country that are willing to come and rebuild those homes in New Orleans.
The targeted recovery area is divided into 27 zones that have been assigned to churches, associations, and state conventions. Kentucky Baptists are working in Zone 4, an area that sustained heavy damage from broken levees. The Kentucky Baptist Convention plans to assist 500 families to return to their homes and 4 churches to restore their facilities. To reach these goals, volunteers of all ages and skill levels are needed. Skilled and unskilled workers are needed for tasks such as roofing, plumbing, drywall installation, painting, cleaning, carpentry, and electrical work. Volunteers to do office work and to lead evangelistic efforts such as prayer walking, backyard Bible clubs, and block parties are also needed. There is also an ongoing need for crew chiefs, site supervisors, and warehouse workers. Participating is easy. Professional construction coordinators approve all projects before groups arrive, and all materials are provided. Lodging and food are also arranged through the Operation Noah Rebuild office, making the setup ideal for church and youth mission trips. The cost for each participant is only $20 per day.
When we found out about the project and found out about just how the Southern Baptist Convention is kind of doing a whole area-wide thing. They've got, people applying for housing help, and we've been told there's over 1,200 applicants. They've only reached about 200 so far, so they've got 1,000 applicants sitting on the table. That immense need and our opportunity to be able to take a week out and come down and do it drove us down here. And part of it's just getting Christ in here so that when they look and they see it rebuilt, they would see Christians helping so that they know that Christians care.
These individuals have came here, these people, and showed tremendous concern. It's something beyond human imagination, but as you can see, it can be done. They have shown tremendous concern. Very professional, very polite, no hassles, they know what they're doing, they have their tools, they're just set up.
To arrange a group or individual trip, contact the Operation Noah Rebuild office at 504-362-4604, at least 6 weeks in advance. Be sure to identify your group as Kentucky Baptists and request assignments in the Orleans East Zone 4 area. For all construction projects, volunteers must have completed 6th grade. A ratio of 1 adult per 5 youth volunteers must be maintained. Kentucky Baptists are making a difference in New Orleans, but there's much more work to be done. Won't you consider reaching out with Christ's love and participating in Operation Noah Rebuild?